There's a real sort of chasm of lack of knowledge when it comes to classic motorcycles, or mechanics generally. And I don't think kids are taught it in school. I don't think there's, I mean, when I was in school, there was a metalwork shop, which was the size of this room, full of lathes and, you know, forges and things, and you could make stuff. And, you know, you were able to hold metal in your hand and shape it and things like that. And that's all gone. There is definitely a lot about British bikes which brings people together. My dad had bikes, my brother had bikes. There's a thread through our family of early motorised machinery.
As a kid, as I grew up, there were bikes everywhere, littered around the back of the garden. My dad used to take me to like play school when I was like 18 months old on the back of a bike. And that all sparked it all off.
Alistair was playing with bikes since he was a toddler. You know, he was with me generally, just taking things apart and fiddling with them. I took him everywhere and did everything with him.
I just have good, fond memories of going over the Pyrenees Mountains, camping. It was all really good experiences, and just learning to explore the world, if you like, on the back of a motorbike.
I found a BSA 250 in a farmer's barn locally when I was about 18. And I bought it from him and drove it. And then sort of a love affair began. I read everything that I could possibly read about bikes. And it just got completely out of control. The power delivery of a four-stroke, a British four-stroke, is largely a large piston travelling a fair trek. And you do get this kind of bouncy, torquey power, you know. They use the term fire every lamppost because that's almost like what the firing cycle is. And I remember him going around the corner and it just going bounce, bounce, bounce. Ugh. And that was the end of it.
I'm not a fan of modern machinery, if I'm honest. It's kind of, it lacks soul. It's all plastic with lots of computerized electronics on it, and it takes the whole connectivity from the rider with a bike away from it. You can't do any routine maintenance yourself. It's all a bit shiny and like a spaceship kind of stuff.
If you get on a bike from the 20s and you drive it on a small country lane, you really get that sense of what it was like back in the 20s. And it's a really exciting feel. It's hard to explain why, it just is. It just gets into your soul.
You're on countryside lanes on a sunny evening, just bumbling along, you know, looking over hedgerows and stuff. It's not as, you know, sort of like high octane stuff, is it? Sometimes like you hit a sheep, didn't you?
Yeah. In fact, the bike I hit the sheep on, my dog still goes up and sniffs the forks of that because he knows there's residue of sheep on it. Believe it or not, that was like 5 years ago.
It's completely different to modern stuff, whereas a modern bike is an inline four-cylinder, like a modern car. But like old stuff and old motorcycles, it was a different concept. It was a single cylinder and it was travelling a long way. So it was a jump almost, you could jump like a horse racing. And you're on it and it's like catapulting off and it just gains mobility and you're away and it's quite exhilarating.
The horse thing is a really good analogy. Yeah. When I'm on the TT, I'm driving it.
Legs.
I'm driving it at like quarter throttle and it's bang, 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 you're doing 40 miles an hour. And I always say to myself, this is a canter.
Yes.
And I talk to myself and I'm saying like, right, we'll drop into a bit of a gallop. And it is like a horse. We go out for rides in the evening together. There's just an understanding between us of what we're riding, how we're enjoying them. It's nice, it's a very lovely thing actually. I often pinch myself and think how lucky I am really, because I mean, it's difficult running this on your own.
A lot of people I know, their dads ride motorbikes and they ride their bikes. That ability to jump on his bikes and test them and ride them is quite an honour. It's quite special.